come to a seated position, either on the edge of a sofa, edge of a table, wherever you like. Just rest your hands on your knees. Close your eyes and breathe. Just really relax. Take notice of your breath. Can you direct your breath into your belly, our belly breathing? We inhale and the belly fills with air. Drawing the diaphragm down, drawing that fresh air, that energy in. Shoulders relaxed. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, just gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder. If your neck's tight this morning, don't force it. Just breathe, try and keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. So just let the weight of the head hang, so we're not forcing anything. We're just allowing those muscles in the neck to stretch. And on your inhale, come back up to center, and as you exhale, the head just lightly drops to the other side, towards the other shoulder. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Just breathe. Inhaling back to center. Inhale and look up. Chin up really gently. Shoulders relaxed. Chin up to the sky. Stretching the throat, the muscles from the chin down into the neck, and bring your head back to center. Keep the chin going nice and slowly, chin to chest. Drop the chin down. Again, shoulders relaxed. Just feel the gentle stretch in the back of your neck and your traps. Inhale, lift your head to center. Bring your hands onto your knees. So we're going to do seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, the heart lifts, you arch your back and you look up to the corner of your room. As you exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Really allow the spine to round softly, stretching out the back. Inhale, lift the heart and the chest to the sky, look up. Exhaling to round the spine. Inhale, look up. When you look up, try and look to the corner of your room. Still try and maintain some space in the back of the neck so we're not completely jacking our chin up to the ceiling, closing off flow of energy in the back of the neck. And just keep this movement going in your own pace. Each time inhaling, filling the chest and the belly with air. Exhaling, rounding the spine, feeling that stretch in the back. Keep moving at your own pace, nice and slowly. And the slower and more mindfully we do these movements, the more benefit it has. So we're not rushing through, trying to get through each movement as fast as we can, but we're slowing everything down and listening to the body, and really seeing how it feels. So we become more body aware. We're aware of when our muscles are tensing, when we're stretching our muscles, when we need to direct our breath to areas in our body that need it. Come to a nice neutral spine. Place the right hand on the left knee. The left hand goes behind you or to the side. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently, we look over our shoulder. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Keep breathing. And this really is a nice, gentle twist to the spine. If your body wants to open back out to center as you inhale, allow it to, because as you exhale, you can deepen and just look round over your shoulder. Nice and easy. Just waking the body up nicely, nice and slowly. And when you're ready, inhale back to center. Swap over, let's go into the other side. We start with an inhale, sit up nice and tall. As we exhale, we look round over our right shoulder. Moving if we need to. Allowing the body to move as we breathe, unwinding and deepening as we exhale. And one more breath. Inhale back to the center. Bring your left hand down next to you. Reach the right arm up. Now try and keep your ribs locked in. So if you find you're arching your back, your ribs are poking right out, maybe you're tight in the shoulders, bring your hand slightly further forward. It doesn't need to be right back here. We're going into a side bend. So take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, reach up and then gently over, really gently. So we're maintaining length, we're reaching up. And then we're stretching. If your arm's not straight, don't worry, you can have a soft bend. Adjust yourself to wherever you need to so you can really feel this great opening stretch in the right hand side. And just breathe. Breathe into that right side body. If you've bent over too far, you'll soon know about it because it will be really difficult to breathe, so just come out slightly. Inhale back to center. Let's come into the other side. Other arm lifts up, hand comes down by your side. Inhale, reach up, up, up. And then we go over a nice, gentle side bend, drawing the ribs in. Just breathe. If you can really inhale into that left side body, stretch those ribs. Again, nice and gently. Still early. It's only 9:15 on Sunday morning. Inhale, back to center. Put your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, reach your arms up above your head. If you're tight in the shoulders, my biceps aren't even touching my ears. In fact, my biceps aren't even in line with my temples at the moment. Bring your hands all the way down in front of you. Allow your shoulders to round, the back to round. Inhale, reach the arms up. You can arch the spine. Look up at your hands. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor in front of you. So one more. Inhaling. Your gaze follows your hands up. Look up, arch your back. Exhale, back down. Bring your hands back down to your hands and knees. Let's come on to all fours, hands and knees. So on our hands and knees, shoulders over hands, hips over knees. Entirely up to you what you do with your feet on this one. You can either have your feet flat on the floor, you can tuck your toes under, whatever's more comfortable for you. So we're going to bring some movement into the spine, and that means rotating and almost gyrating your pelvis, your spine, allowing your shoulders to move. Try this with your eyes closed and just move, explore, have some fun. So we're soft in the elbows and everything's moving. Everything is releasing. The more you explore when you do this, the more you let go of your inhibitions and put aside worrying about what you look like and concentrate on moving, allowing your body just to move. And there's no right or wrong. You can bring your bum down to your heels, do some funky cat-cows, maybe rotate your shoulders over your wrists. Just move, just see how it feels. As you're moving, you'll be able to feel areas of tension, stiffness, tightness in the muscles that need your attention. Just work with those. If you find somewhere that needs some work, just work into it for a couple of breaths before moving on. So the head is nice and soft. Allow the head to move so everything is moving freely, really allowing your body to explore, have fun, move with no inhibitions. Okay, so tuck your toes under and bring your backside down onto your heels. Let's warm the wrists and the shoulders up. You can come down onto your knees, flip the feet, tuck the toes, whatever's comfortable for you this morning. So let's start with the wrists. Again, it's really slow. Let's start with the wrists. The shoulders are nice and relaxed. Arms are soft. Just bring movement into the hands, into the wrists. And just allow your arms to move. In whatever direction feels good for you. And again, there's no right or wrong. We're just allowing the body to explore. Keep the movement in the wrists. So this graceful dancing, the hands and the wrists, where the movement starts from. Keep that movement in the wrist going so that we warm them up. And just see how many funky shapes, what sort of movement you can make without worrying. No one can see you. So you can feel free to just completely explore the movement in your body. Keep moving. Awesome job. Come to stillness. Let's head back down onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, hips over knees. Reach your left leg long, kick the heel back. And just to begin with, without lifting it over, we're just going to look over our right shoulder. Just for a couple of breaths. Keep pushing the floor away. And just feel that stretch in the side body. So come back to center. Inhale, pick up the left leg, cross it over behind you, over the right leg. Now look over your right shoulder. Deepen that stretch. Move your left foot either closer into the center line or out to the side, however open, however flexible you feel this morning. Just keep breathing. Come back to center, pick up the leg, uncross. Let's come into the other side. So reach the right leg back, kick that heel back, keep it on the floor for the moment. Look over your left shoulder. So a nice stretch into the side body. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Come back to center. Now pick up the right leg, swing it over behind you, out to the left. Keep pushing the ground away. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder and deepen that stretch. Really breathe into that side body. Feel that stretch right the way up the right-hand side of your body. Bring your head back to center, pick up the leg, put the knee down. Bring your knees as wide as is comfortable, big toes touch, hips come down towards heels, slide the hands forward as we come into extended child's pose. Allow the chest and the head to come down onto the floor. You could always place a block under your forehead or a blanket, roll up towel. If that's super uncomfortable for you, you can make a pillow with your hands, but we're soft in the hips. Breathing. Allowing the body to fall towards the floor as you inhale, drawing the breath in, allowing the belly to fill with air. Relax. This is your go-to pose. This is your resting pose. At any point during our practice, if you need a few moments, this is always available to you to just come and rest and then carry on. Just keep breathing, allowing the weight of the body to open into the hips, opening into the shoulders. Inhale, lift the head, come back onto all fours. We're going to bring our right foot to the front of the mat. So lift your right knee, swing it up towards you. Inch your right foot up to the front of the mat. When you get there, open your right foot out to the side. So you're on your left knee, you're on your left hand, and your right foot is at the front of the mat. Open out to the side and turn around so you can see me. Right hand on the inside of your right foot. You can keep your left toes tucked, or you can flip your left foot under. And just breathe. If you want to move your left knee backwards, really stretch into the hips. Adjust yourself as you need to. And just breathe. Pushing the ground away with your hands. We're slightly soft in the elbows, so the elbows aren't locked. Heel toe your right foot all the way back round and come onto all fours. So let's come into the other side. So bring your left foot up to the front of the mat. Bring your left foot out to the side so that your left hand can come to the inside of your left foot. If you want to ooch your right leg back, to open up into the hip, to deepen into this stretch, you can do. So when we're stretching here, you should feel a stretch on the inside of your left leg, your left thigh, and into the front of your right hips, your hip flexors, your psoas. Soft in the elbows. Length and softness in the back of the neck. Heel toe that left foot all the way back round, come down onto all fours. Come off the wrists for a second. Give the wrists some love. Give them some movement before we head back down. Onto our hands and knees. Let's warm up the back body. So 3 variations for this. Variation 1 is just using your hands, reaching them forward on the inhale. Variation 2, inhale, kick the leg back, kick the other leg back. Variation 3, right hand, left heel, left hand, right heel, whatever's comfortable for you this morning. Each time we are inhaling to lengthen, we exhale to draw everything in. So let's begin, whatever variation, let's go, let's do it together. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, draw everything in, squeeze. Elbow to knee if you're going full. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze everything in, round the spine if you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Inhaling each time to lengthen. Exhale, and one more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bring everything in and release down to the ground. Let's come into the other side. So inhale, really lengthen and stretch. Stretch strong. Exhale, draw everything in. Inhale, push the ground away. Reach. Exhale, draw it in. Inhaling to reach, lengthen, push the ground away. Exhale, we squeeze in. Inhaling, nice and long, nice and strong. Exhale, squeeze, and one more on this side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down to all fours. Bring your hands about 6 inches further forward than they were. Bring your backside down to your heels. Take the back of your right hand, slide it across the front of your body, underneath your left arm, come down onto your right shoulder. The right side of your head and your right cheek will come down to the floor. And breathe, you're looking out under your left arm, with your right arm across your body, back of the hand on the floor. Breathe. Just stay here, allowing the body to adjust, allowing those muscles to soften. They know that you're not going to overstretch them, so they will release slowly. This is a great stretch. If you drive a lot or if you sit at a desk, it really stretches all the way across the back of the shoulders. Come up, inhale, come out of the posture. Let's come into the other side. So now the back of the left hand slides underneath the right arm. The left cheek comes down to the floor. Right arm reaches up to the front of the mat. And release. Feel that stretch across the back of the shoulders. And while we do this gorgeous stretch, we're still actually stretching into the hips. Keep breathing. Slowly inhale, come out of the posture, come back onto your hands and your knees. Let's come down onto our backs. Spin yourself over. Onto your bum with your legs out in front of you, knees bent, soles of the feet flat on the floor. So we've really waken up the back body. Now it's time to bring the front of the body to the party. So we're going to come into boat pose. Various degrees at which you can take this. Keep your heart shining up and forwards over there, up into the corner of the room. That's going to give you a nice strong spine. You can hold onto your knees or your shins and just lower yourself back. Keep the heart shining forwards. You can stay here. This might be enough for you. You can still, even when you're here, you can still feel your core working. These muscles in the front of your legs, you can still feel them engage and switch on. If you want to release your hands and have the palm of your hands up to the sky, then do so. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. And just stay here, maybe breathing. If it's not too early for you and you're feeling super energetic, you can lean slightly further back. Lift your feet up and come into full boat. If you are in full boat, your shoulders are nice and relaxed. And if there's any pain or tension in your spine, you've come too far. Bring the soles of your feet back down to the floor. Heart lifting, shining forward, whatever variation you're in, your heart is open and reaching up to the corner of the room. Slowly come all the way up. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Squeeze your heels in towards your backside. Wrap your arms around your shins. Allow your spine to round. Bring your chin down towards your chest and let the head hang heavy. And just stretch into the spine, across the back of the shoulders, into the neck. Remember to breathe. Slowly come up. Walk your feet away from you. We're going to come down onto our back. So hands behind thighs, lower yourself down onto your back. Get yourself comfy. Your knees are bent, soles of the feet are flat on the floor. So feet about hip width apart, which will probably only mean about a 6, 7, 8 inch gap between your feet. Begin to feel into all 4 corners of your foot as we prepare to come into bridge. So with bridge, we're really engaging the leg muscles, the muscles in the glutes, the muscles in the lower spine and the core, and our neck and shoulders stay relaxed. So you guys have all done this with me before, so you know when you come into bridge, you're looking straight up. Try and resist the urge to look over at the screen so that you're twisting your neck. And even if your lower back only comes a few inches off the floor, that's fine. Just really concentrate on engaging those muscles rather than seeing how far you can fire your front of your hips up towards the ceiling. So take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, just lift your hips up off the floor. Your lower back comes up off the floor. As you're facing straight up, gently squeezing your thighs together as if you were holding a block, yoga block between your thighs, or squeezing a balloon between your thighs. You holding tension in your shoulders, relax your shoulders down, relax your neck and your head. We're concentrating on our legs, our glutes. This is really great for engaging, toning up those muscles. Slowly come down to the floor, nice and soft in the hips. Just stay here for a moment before we come into our second set of bridge. Just allow the body to settle. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, shoulders relaxed, hips lift up off the floor, thighs squeeze towards each other. Ground down through your feet, shoulders and neck relaxed. Try and keep facing up towards the ceiling or the sky. Really squeeze your glutes. See if you can really engage them. This is going to wake everything up. And using these muscles, what we're doing now in bridge, bridge is a really strong posture. Bridge is one of those postures that's going to help you sit properly, stand tall, move around, strengthen up all those muscles that sometimes become weak, that we don't often use. And it's those muscles and the weakness and the imbalance in those muscles that can sometimes contribute to why we've got a bad back, because we haven't got balance. Slowly come back down to the ground. Heel toe your feet as wide as is comfortable. Allow your knees to drop in towards each other. Relax. Breathe. See if you can release that tension in your hips and your lower back. We just stay here breathing for a moment, letting everything soften and recover before we move on. Heel toe your feet back towards each other. Reach your left leg long along the mat. Bring your right knee in towards you, interlace or hold onto your shin. Cuddle your right thigh down into your tummy. Neck, shoulders nice and relaxed. If your chin's doing anything funky and you're arching your neck and poking your chin up to the sky, just try and straighten your neck out. If that's uncomfortable for you and that feels really tight in your left-hand side, you can rebend your left leg and bring the sole of the foot to the floor. just bring some movement into that hip. You can release your left hand down out to your side if you like to counterbalance. As you begin to open up into the right hip, bringing some movement into that leg. You could be opening out to the side, bringing the knee back across the center line, or gentle, mindful circles of the knee around. Opening up if you find any areas that are sticking, any areas that need some attention, just stay there, work on that area nice and gently, breathe, direct your breath into that area. And just move. Allow the hip to move. Okay, squeeze your right knee into your tummy. If your left leg isn't straight, please straighten it. And now lift your left leg all the way up to the sky, straight up. So your right thigh is drawing in towards your belly, your left leg is straight, and you're kicking your left heel up to the sky. If you want some balance, your left arm is reaching out sideways, palm facing the sky. And you'll know how far you can squeeze your left leg in towards you. You're using your core muscles to do this, but you're stretching from the heel right the way down the back of the left leg. Slowly lower that left leg down to the ground. Keep the shoulders relaxed, nice and slowly, all the way down. Really slowly, let it touch down. Bring the left knee in towards you. Now reach your right leg long along the mat. Again, if this is really tight for you, you feel like a pretzel when you're doing this, rebend the right leg and bring the sole of the right foot to the floor. Right arm, open it out to the side, palm facing the sky. Bring some movement into this left hip. What feels good? This side might feel different. Maybe it feels more open, maybe tighter. So whatever movement feels good. If you do this with your eyes closed, you'll probably slow everything right down. It's funny how when we move with our eyes open, we tend to move a lot quicker, especially when we're doing yoga and these yoga-based movements. And yet when we close our eyes, all of a sudden, you'll notice the movement slows right down. And by doing that, it really gives us a chance to listen to our body and not look around the room looking at the lights, the coving, the wallpaper, whatever else is distracting you. Not allowing you to really fully concentrate on listening to what your body's telling you. The most difficult part of this is being able to listen to what your body's saying. Okay, so keep the left thigh squeezing in towards you. Bring your right leg up, straight right leg. Kick your heel up to the sky. Keep lots of energy in that right leg. So we're using our core muscles. We're switching on the muscles in our legs. We're straightening that right leg, kicking that right heel, the sole of the foot up to the floor to stretch into the back of this right leg. And breathe. Slowly release the right leg down to the floor. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee in towards you. So knees nice and wide, hands on your knees or your shins. Let the legs hang heavy. The weight of the arms opening up through the hips, the inner thighs. And just roll side to side, just rock, bring some movement. Roll across your spine. Your elbows will stop you rolling all the way over. They'll touch down on the floor before you do. You can just roll across, massaging the spine into the floor. And it's up to you. Experiment. Bring your knees in towards you, still nice and wide. and roll across your spine and see how that feels. And then with your knees still wide, let your knees move away from you and then move from side to side. And you'll notice as you do that and your arms straighten, you massage your sacrum right down the bottom of your spine. So whatever feels good for you. And if you want to bring some different movement into this, you can do. If you want to try and do a figure 8 with your sacrum on the floor, you can do. Just move nice and slowly, whatever feels good. Okay, come to stillness. Release the left foot down onto the floor, knee bent. Outside of the right foot crosses over the top of the left thigh. Squeeze the left knee in towards you. Either have your hands on top of your shin and your knee, or maybe interlace your fingers behind your left leg. If you do interlace, just check your shoulders are nice and relaxed. If your shoulders aren't relaxed, release the hands. You don't have to reach through your legs. You can still get a really great stretch by having your hands on your ankle and your knee, squeezing your left knee in towards you using your core muscles. And as you do, you'll feel your spine actually lengthens away from you, the lower spine, and you stretch into your glutes. And breathe. Head and neck nice and relaxed. And slowly release that left foot to the floor. Keep the right leg over your left leg just for the time being. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, the left knee is going to open out to the left and it's going to take the right foot with it. Nice and slowly. Keep your navel drawing in towards your spine. Really slow. If your left thigh and right foot aren't touching the ground, don't worry, mine aren't either. If they are, awesome. Just really keep drawing that navel in to help protect the lower spine as we stretch. Stretching into the spine, opening into the front of the chest, across the shoulders. If your right hand is hanging in midair, you can always rest your right hand on your right ribs. Soften. You'll feel as your body gets used to it, you will begin to open out more, your body will twist more, your left thigh and your right foot will slowly head down towards the floor. Nice and gently, bring your legs back to center. Unhook your right leg. Bring your knees in, give yourself a hug. Sole of the right foot comes down to the floor, cross the outside of the left foot over the right thigh. Either stay here or hang on to the shin and the ankle, squeeze the right knee in towards you. Interlacing the fingers behind the thigh or just holding on to the ankle and the knee with your hands. The great thing, if you are holding on to the top, is that if it's really tight and you are doing something funky with your neck, you can actually push your legs away from you and still get a great stretch, or you can draw them in, squeezing your right knee in towards you, deepening that stretch. This side might feel slightly tighter, slightly more open, but just go with it, breathe. Try and relax. Try and breathe. If you're feeling tense, just ease out slightly. Okay, gently release the right foot down to the floor. Keep the legs crossed for the time being. Arms come out to the sides, palms face the sky. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, draw the belly in towards your spine. Your right knee opens out to the side and takes your left foot with it. Really gently, really slowly. This side is always much tighter for me. My left arm's hanging in midair. So I'm going to bring my left hand to my left ribs. And eventually, slowly, I can feel my thigh and the sole of my foot gently heading down towards the ground. There's no rush. This is a really deep stretch. So go mindfully and carefully. And breathe. Ever so slowly, try and use your core muscles as much as you can to bring everything back to the center. Uncross your right foot. Bring the sole of the left foot, bring the sole of the left foot down to the ground. Heel toe your feet nice and wide. Allow your knees to drop in towards each other. Just rest, just settle. Let everything soften. Heel toe your feet towards each other. Roll over onto your right hand side. Bring yourself up onto all fours. So we are going to come into down dog. So easiest way to find out if you're struggling a bit to find out your ideal length for your hands and your feet, how far apart they should be when you're in down dog. You can do this by really, really quickly coming into plank, and it can be as quick as doing a plank and then just releasing the knees onto the ground. So try it, hands under shoulders, ever so quickly. Step the legs back, engage the core, there you are, bring your knees down to the ground. Now, keeping your hands and your feet where they are, bring your hips, your backside towards your heels. Now begin to look towards your knees, chin to chest. Begin to straighten your legs and allow your hips to come up to the sky. So you're looking back between your knees, grounding down through your hands, broad across the shoulders. So your shoulders are away from your ears, and pedal the feet. Allow the legs to move. You might find your down dog is easier if you're stationary. I find it easier if I'm moving and pedaling my legs. Wherever you are, come to stillness. You're looking back between your knees. Step your right foot forward about a foot. That's all. About a foot. So you're on your toes. Now your right thigh is resting on your right ribs, or your ribs are resting on your right thigh. Just stay here. Looking back between your thighs. Step your right foot back to where it was. Now we're going to step the left foot forward, only about a foot. Keep the knee nice and bent. So your ribs and your right thigh are now touching. Really stretching into those calf muscles. Bring your left foot back to where it was. You can bend into your knees and walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your time getting there. As many steps of your hands as you need to. When you get there, a really deep, generous bend in the knees. So your upper body is resting on your thighs. The head hangs heavy. Grab opposite elbows. Allow the head to hang down. Really bend into those legs. Let your strong leg muscles support your body as you stretch from your tailbone right the way up your spine into the crown of your head. Release the hands. Slowly as you can, begin to walk your hands up your shins. Really slowly. Hands onto the knees. Tiny bit at a time, walking them up the thighs. Chin still touch. Hands come up to the front of the hips. Nice and slowly we come all the way up to standing. Good job. So now we've warmed everything up. We've stretched everything. You'll notice we do things slightly different on a Sunday morning than we do on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So come to the front of your mat and we're going to flow, and it's going to be a really gentle flow. So we're going to come to mountain pose. So big toes touching, Your heels about an inch apart if that's comfortable for you. Your thighs are squeezing towards each other, so your knees are just slightly unlocked. Thighs squeezing in, drawing energy in. Your tailbone is lengthening straight down. Heart is open. Your shoulders are back and relaxed. Palms facing forward. You're standing nice and tall and proud like a mountain. Tadasana. So we use our breath. We inhale, dip the hips, sweep the arms up to the sky. Palms touch, look up. Exhale, bend into the knees, hinge forward. Belly comes down, rests on the thighs, soften the head. Inhale, hands come onto shins, reach the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, soften, bend, forward fold. Inhale, dip the hips, sweep the arms up to the sky, look up, palms touch, hands come down to prayer through heart center, back into mountain. So let's add on. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, look up, palms touch. Exhale, down we go, forward fold, hinging forwards. Inhale, flatten the back, reach the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, soften, down we go, forward fold. Dip the hips, inhale, reach the prayer to this sky. This time on your exhale, open out to the right hand side to a perfect T. Arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, reach up, 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 look up. As you exhale, we open to the opposite side. Perfect T. Inhale, sweep, up we go. Exhaling, forward fold, down you go. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhaling to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, down you go, forward fold. Bend the knees. Dip the hips. Inhale, reach the prayer, look up. This time we exhale, open to the left. Perfect T. Inhale, up you go, sweep up, look up. Exhale, open to the right, arms parallel, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, up, sweep up, look up to the sky. Exhale, down we go, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, soften, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale. Sweep the arms up to the sky, look up, bring the hands down through heart center, release your hands down by the side. So, balancing. We do them all the time. You guys know that we love doing balancing. Great for strength, great for toning everything up. So remember when we're balancing, and it doesn't matter whether we're balancing on our hands or our feet, but we're active, we're pushing the ground away. So bring the weight into your right foot. Stand up nice and tall. Bring the weight into your right foot. Push the ground away with your left leg and create lightness in this left hand side. This is going to really help you if you find something to stare at and keep your gaze on that one thing. It's going to help you balance. Your left knee is raised up to the center. Right hand comes and wraps around the outside of the left knee or the left thigh. Left arm opens out to the side. You can either stay here. If you fall out, don't worry, you can come straight back in. But if you want to test your balance, look over your left shoulder. Are you wobbling? If you fall out, like I'm just about to, you can come straight back in. Bring your gaze back to center. Release your left leg down to the ground. Let's come into the other side. So this movement, this yoga-based movement that we're doing, it's about having fun and exploring and letting the body have fun. So if you fall out, don't worry, it doesn't matter. Just come straight back in. Bring the weight into your left leg. Push the ground away with your left leg, creating lightness in your right leg. Bring your right knee up. Left hand comes and wraps over the right knee or right thigh. Reach your right arm out to the side. You can either stay here, really push the ground away, gauge your core So your navel's still drawing towards your spine. If you want to test your balance even more, you can look out over your right shoulder. Keep pushing the ground away. Maybe you're more stable in this side. Maybe this is your wobbly side. Wherever you are, just go with it. Have fun. Bring your gaze back to center. Release your feet down to the floor. Hands come onto hips. Stick your bum out and just gently pedal your legs. Release that tension in the hips and the glutes. Come to standing. Come to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart. Take a step back with your left leg. So your feet are hip width apart. Bend into that right leg. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing forwards. Now keeping a nice neutral spine, hinge forwards and come up onto your left toes. You'll form a gorgeous straight arrow shape. Your heart is open. You can stay here. If you want to test your balance, bring some more weight into your right foot, lift your left toes off the ground, push the ground away with your right foot. Just stay here, balancing. If you do need to just touch your big toe down on the floor, you can do. Whatever feels good. Stay here, breathing. Slowly come down, both feet facing forwards. Bend into the right leg, step up to the front of your mat or your towel. Let's come into the other side. So take a step back with your right foot. Hips square to the front of your mat, both feet facing forwards. Bend into the left leg. Arms are down by your sides, palms are facing forwards. We hinge forwards and come up onto our right toes. This gorgeous arrow shape, straight line from the top of the head right way down to our right toes. You can stay here, maybe push the ground away with your left leg, create length. Bring your right foot up off the floor. If you are balancing, you're pushing the ground away, you're active in this left leg. See how active you can be in your right leg. And find something to stare at. Find a point of focus. Keep your gaze on that point of focus. It's going to really help you balance. Slowly release the right foot down to the floor. Bend into the left leg. Come up to the front of your mat. We're going to head down to the floor. We're going to get down there through a flow. So, mountain pose, Tadasana. Stand nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, palms touch, look up. Generous bend in the knees. Exhale as you fold forwards, really gently. Inhale, flat back, lengthen, crown of the head reaches forwards. Exhale, bends the knees, plant the hands, step the feet back, and you are on all fours. Knees come nice and wide. Big toes swing into the center line and touch. Your hips head back down towards your heels. Reach your hands forwards, extended child's pose. Chest, belly, forehead come down to the ground. Release, relax. Time for everything to calm down, to settle. Let your belly fill with air as you inhale and breathe. Everything beginning to calm, to soften, to slow. Slowly lift your head, come up onto all fours, spin yourself around nice and slowly, come down onto your backs. Lower yourself down nice and slowly. Bring your knees in towards you, wrap your arms around your knees or your thighs. Give yourself a hug. If you want to bring your nose in the direction of your knees, you can do. Just go mindfully. Squeeze everything in. Release your head down to the floor. Release your feet down to the floor. Heel toe your feet nice and wide. Allow the knees to drop in towards each other. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your tummy. and breathe. Notice your chest and your tummy moving as you breathe, and just breathe softly. Allow your breathing to find its own natural rhythm, but just really become aware of the movement, the breath entering and exiting your chest, your body as you breathe. Release your hands down by your sides. Roll over onto your right hand side. Bring yourself up. It's time for Shavasana. So, grab a blanket, pillow, whatever you need to. Remember, with your Shavasana, the most important part of your practice, and if you're not comfortable on the floor, jump on a chair, jump on a sofa or a bed, just somewhere where you can really relax and let go. So I'm going to sit, and I'd like you guys to come to a laying down position on your backs, arms down by your sides, palms facing the sky. Just allow your ankles to fall open as we prepare for our relaxation. Just really now allow everything to soften, to release. Allow your body to settle into the ground. Eyes closed. This is your time. Give yourself permission to release, to just take this time for you. Allowing your body to become heavy, muscles softening, tendons, ligaments releasing, the breath finding its own soft, natural rhythm as you release and you let go. Your toes are relaxed, your feet relaxed, the back of your legs are heavy, your legs are relaxed, your hips let go, release tension. Become heavy and soft. Your back releases into the ground, soft, heavy. Your shoulders relax, neck relax. Your arms are heavy and relaxed. Hands heavy, fingers relax. Your head soft, eyes soft and heavy, forehead relaxed, cheeks relaxed, chin relaxed, lips relaxed and tongue relaxed. Your whole body softens into the ever-softening ground beneath you. The ground holds you and supports you. Allow yourself this time to let go, surrender, release. Stay here. You are completely and utterly relaxed. And slowly bring your awareness back into the room. Bring your awareness to your breath, to your surroundings. Listen to your body. How do you feel right now? As you begin to bring movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving, stretching. What does your body need right now? What movement? Listen to it and move. Wherever you are, bring your knees in towards you. Gently, mindfully, give yourself a hug. And when you're ready, Roll over onto your right hand side, make a pillow with your arm. Rest your head just for a moment. When you're ready, slowly come up and find a comfortable seated position, wherever that may be, on the floor, chair, sofa, bed. Somewhere you can sit comfortably. And when you're there, eyes closed. What a great way to start the day, what a great way to wake the body. Take a nice deep breath in, really big deep breath into the belly. Fill the chest with air, and as you exhale through your mouth, let everything go. Get rid. Again, inhale, slowly, deeply. Fill the body with air, and as you exhale, let the fog of the darkness get rid. Let it go. In your own time, last breath, your last cleansing breath. And when you exhale, anything you're still holding on to that doesn't help you, serve you, make you happy, get rid, let it go. You don't need to hold on to it. Just breathe.